Yo, what's up, everybody? I'm Dave Miranda, and this is episode 102 of Just Give Me 5. Hope you guys are doing great, continue to be amazing. We got a really awesome show lined up for you today. But if you guys caught episode 101, you saw we had none other than my man Two-Tone the Superstar. And please say the Superstar. Man, just Tone, let me tell you, man, Tone is got to be one of the most entertaining individuals I've ever met in my life, man. And he's just, just down to earth. He's just unapologetically himself. He's just a real good dude too, man. And I learned a lot about him in that episode, especially, his father. I didn't realize how legendary his pops is out here. He's got a tremendous history in the music background as well. So we might have to get his pops on the show someday, But man, just keep doing what you're doing, my brother. Everything's starting to pay off. It's been a long journey for all of us. And, I'm just so happy to see, everything's starting to prosper for you. And make sure you guys watch episode 101. All right. But today's guest is one of the OGs in the photography scene in Arizona and definitely deserves his flowers. We're going to talk about how he got into photography. We're also going to talk about some incredible people he's taken photos of, including a Method Man photo that got published in The Source. We're going to talk about his time with Liquid Entertainment, the method to his greatness, and so much more. So ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I present to you BEZ.
Hey, yo, what up? This is BEZ. And all I'm saying is, just give me 5. Well, I started taking pictures at 4.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, my aunt used to be a photographer.
Oh, okay.
So I had cameras around me all the time. So picked up the first camera, started taking pictures, family stuff.
Wow.
As time went on, out here I shot for Major League Baseball. I did 3 years shooting at the Diamondback Stadium.
Okay.
I was shooting for AZ Front Row. I was shooting for Solo Deportes.
Okay.
Friend of mine, we're both Dominican. He called me. He was like, "Hey, I got a newspaper. I want you to shoot all Dominican ball players that come out." I got you. So I came out. I went and did that. I shoot storms. I shoot families. I shoot concerts. I shoot sports. You name it, I'm shooting it. Right. Basically, I'm born in the city of where hip hop was born. Lived in Atlanta for a while. During that time in Atlanta, I was introduced to the Gavin Convention, okay. Jack the Rapper, met a lot of people, and I realized I wasn't going to be a baseball player.
Okay.
So I went from there, the Gavin, the Jack the Rapper. I went to school with 2 Chainz.
Word.
So during that time, hip hop was really, it was hard. It was coming up.
Yeah.
Used to hang out at the radio station out there with Princess Ivory. Luda used to work at Hot 97, so right. I was always there. So that's how I was introduced. I was able to meet AZ, Bahamadia, met Onyx, and was doing promotions for Tower Records, was doing promotions for Tommy Boy, and did some promotions for Bad Boy. And then, so of course, I got Diddy on that list. So that's where it started. That was the start. My first big shoot was Destiny's Child's Going Away tour.
Okay.
And that was here.
Oh, all right.
So we was at...
When did you make the transition to Arizona?
I moved to Arizona in 1998.
98? Okay.
Yeah, so I moved here in 98. Okay. I was introduced to Kevin Reed and Troy Ware from Liquid Entertainment.
Yeah, man.
So I was doing all the club stuff. It was only me, Monshai, and Key Toy. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Yeah, man.
And Key Toy had a little magazine popping off.
Yeah, man.
Monshai was working for the radio station. So it was just a lot going on in Phoenix. Phoenix was really popping back then. And Liquid had this place on lock.
Absolutely.
So I went through that process, doing everything for them. So I became Liquid Entertainment's official photographer. So if you was at CBNC, I was in there. Wherever Liquid was at, I was there. So I shot all those events. Jackson's, like it was the golden era of Arizona at that point. It was lovely. So I went from there, and then one day I decided to send in a credential request for Destiny's Child.
Okay.
I got approved, and then from there on I started shooting arenas.
Nice.
I've been shooting arenas for, man, seems like a lifetime, but that's what it is. A lot was opened up for me here. You know what I mean? Atlanta birthed me when it came to the photography and the music industry. But at the end of the day, the stuff I did here in Phoenix was legendary, to say the least. Well, first and foremost, the first person I'm gonna say is my best friend, DJ Daddy Rich at third base. Start there. I've shot Jay-Z, Nas, Mary J, Beyonce, Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats. In fact, Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats, the first pictures they ever took together, I took it. That picture was stolen by Hip Hop Weekly and published. So that was a whole, almost became a real legal mess. But that was the industry back then. You're a photographer, you don't have big lawyers, you have Dave Mays owning Hip Hop Weekly, so you pretty much stuck on that. Method Man was the first photo I ever got published in The Source.
That's huge.
Yeah, so that was my biggest accomplishment at that time.
What year was that?
Oh man, whew. That might have been
Not to say that The Source still don't
94?
Oh,
94, 95, I think, sometime around that time.
Yeah, man.
I've been shooting Wu-Tang for the last 15 years solid. Every time Wu-Tang has a show, they in the Valley, I'm there. This last concert that was here, I wasn't able to shoot it. Matlocks actually shot the show. But I was lucky enough to get tickets from Wu that was dead center, 7 rows up.
Okay.
And I recorded that show. The energy that you get from a Wu-Tang or a Redman, Method Man show is amazing.
Yeah.
But this time I saw Buster.
Yeah, man.
And Buster tore it down. I remember specific time in that show was when Method Man came out from backstage running up. And you could feel the floor shake.
Yeah.
It was amazing. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And he wasn't supposed to be on the tour.
Yeah.
But honestly, anything that Wu's done is important to me. Backstory on that. The first time I seen Wu-Tang Clan, it was 1996. I was in Atlanta.
Okay.
And I just happened to be front row. Method Man was lit. He was backstage, knocked out. I'm still not really shooting the show. I'm just watching it.
Just chilling, yeah.
And Method Man comes out, and he goes, "The meth will come out," and the place erupted.
Wow.
Right? Just like it happened this time. So I think back on that. And that day I said, I'm gonna be on stage with Wu one day.
Yeah.
I told my cousin, I told my ex-girl, I said, one day I'm gonna be on stage with Wu.
Yeah.
And I've been on stage with them every time they come out here, I'm on stage. God rest in peace to my man DMX. So that's another one. D is another person that just, anytime he was around, like, it was just love. Like, and his shows were energetic to the T, like it was perfect. So DMX and Wu-Tang, if you ask anybody, those are two shows that you'll almost see tears coming down my eyes, because those were the days that it was dope. It was dope. I've shot Muhammad Ali. I've shot Robert De Niro. I've shot J-Lo. I've done it.
Ali's story, man?
Well, Ali was at the baseball. I was actually shooting a baseball game that day.
Oh, okay.
And I turn around, and Ali's sitting behind me, and he goes like this.
Wow.
So I turn around, and I start snapping. And then later on that evening, he was leaving. He got up, he was walking out. I started taking pictures of him then. I used to do Muhammad Ali Celebrity Fight Night red carpet event.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
used to do that, you know. Our hometown hero, Larry Fitzgerald, shot him a couple of times, a couple of red carpet events. I've done it all, man. I've shot Dela, I've shot Cocoa Brothers, I've shot French Montana, Meek Mills, Chris Brown, J. Cole. I went through a moment in my career where I wasn't really focusing on the new cats coming up. So the Kendrick Lamars just weren't on my radar, you know? So I missed Kendrick when he was on Mill Ave. Like, Kendrick was doing shows on Mill Ave. J. Cole were doing shows on Mill Ave.
Yeah, man, the Loft.
At the Loft, I think it was, yeah. So I wasn't focusing on that. I was focusing on artists that was already established, doing big things, not realizing I had to give love to the up and coming artists. Because look at them now, they're on top of the charts. So. When I'm doing a shoot, creatively, I'm just watching the energy of the person I'm shooting.
Okay.
That's really what I'm trying to follow, is their energy.
Right.
The energy that they give off is that same energy I'm gonna put into my photos.
Right.
When I started, yeah, you know, when I started with Freeze Life, because it was BEZ photos first.
Yeah.
I changed it to Freeze Life. The reason I changed it to Freeze Life is because I'm able to stop moments in time like nobody else can.
Yeah.
I challenge anybody to that. I'm sorry.
Right.
You know,
Shit,
I challenge anybody to that. It's if you can capture image and feel the energy in that image, I did my job.
Yeah.
You know, any photographer, if you capture that energy in that image, then you did your job. I'm telling you, man, the memories I have on shooting just shows in general.
Yeah.
I could look at my pictures now and remember. Daddy Rich always brings up a picture I took of Big Crit at Club Red.
Yeah.
Okay, I think it was Club Red.
I remember that night.
When he jumped into the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, and I got that picture of him in the crowd.
Nice, man.
I remember that moment. The energy I got from Prodigy, Mobb Deep in general,
Yeah.
but the energy I got from Prodigy when he did a show out here was amazing. Prodigy got a picture of him with his hands like this. If y'all see that picture, I took it. Okay. A few years later, he passed away. You know, so God rest his soul. I mean, hip hop in general, man. If you're on stage, and I like you as an artist, I'm putting my all into that. You'll see me jumping from corner to corner. You know,
I mean, I was blessed to get a photo, you know, to get a photo out myself.
I remember.
Rock the Beatnuts show. I want to say that was like 6 years ago to this day. Yep. And I remember when me looking back at the photo, it's like you talking about freezing time, you can literally see, it's like you could see my inner thoughts, my facial expression, my emotion, everything in that one photo, man. You know what I mean? So I was blessed to get one.
When I sent you that photo, one of the biggest things that I saw was your tattoos.
Yeah.
Okay?
Right.
That's what caught my eyes, was your tats. I think you have a tat of your grandmother.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. The whole left arm is the grandparents. Yeah.
Bingo. So I had caught that in one of my other images. And I sent that. And then the Beatnuts was here. Yeah. So my energy was on 1,000 already. Yeah. I grew up in Corona, Queens. Okay, let me explain something to y'all. I am Harlem born. Okay? I was raised in Corona, Queens and Washington Heights. Okay. I became a man in Atlanta, Georgia, and Arizona. So in Phoenix, Tempe, Mesa, Chandler, Gilbert.
Right. You almost kind of similar to Large Pro. Born in Harlem, grew up in Corona.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So,
well, I mean, Cool G Rap lived up the street from me.
Cool G, yeah.
Juju from the Beatnuts lived around the corner from me. As a matter of fact, they used to say me and Juju was twins when I was a little kid.
Okay.
You know what I mean? He was a lot older. He was in school with my cousin.
Right.
So you see him around.
Right.
Actually, the day of the show, I pulled up a picture of my cousin. And I showed him the picture. That's how he remembered who I was.
Right.
And then from there, I mean, he gets birthday texts, happy birthday texts, Christmas texts, happy things. Like, we talk on the phone. Like, the energy is real, the love is real, has always been there. Same thing with Tretch from Naughty.
Oh, okay.
So Tretch from Naughty, I've shot Tretch for a long time. It just happened to be that one year I just shot Tretch here. He was doing the freestyle festival. Lisa was there. Belle Biv DeVoe, Chubb Rock, like they was all there. So I hook up with Tretch. I already know him. I've already shot him a couple times, so we chopping it up. I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be home in a week, my birthday. So he's like, cool. Hit me when you touch down. I touched down in Newark, and I called Tretch. I said, yo, we having a birthday party tonight in the city. We're gonna go eat dinner, go chill, you know what I mean? Just to vibe with the family. So Tretch comes out, he picks me up. I meet him at his old place. We go to the strip club real quick, have a drink. It's the middle of the day. This is like 12 noon. We're in the strip club having a drink. Go to the clothing store, go buy some clothes real quick for the night. Get to the restaurant. Everybody eat, we chilling. At the end of the night, ready to pay. Tretch says, I got it all, don't worry about it.
Oh, wow, man.
Like that was love, you know what I mean? It's just, one thing I believe is in relationships. You know what I mean? Just to take it back to the Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats photo, right? So that photo was dear to me for the fact that there was an incident going on at that time, and that picture was the first they took together, and the story that was attached to it was not my thing. You know what I mean? The way it was done, it was underhanded, and the story that was attached to it, the Hip Hop Weekly put on that photo, was not what I wanted that story to be, you know? So
even though it was your photo,
it was my photo.
It's your art, but still, yeah.
The story behind it, I'm not gonna bring it up because it's so old, but it should have never been done. And because I build relationships with artists.
Yeah, man.
You know, I don't know Rich my whole life. You know what I mean? Rich is my right-hand man. Yeah. And the relationship I built with him, and when I say Rich, I mean DJ Daddy Rich from Third Base. The relationship I built with him is dear to me. There's loyalty there. I'm loyal to a fault with everybody. You know what I mean? In this industry, there's no loyalty.
There's none.
You know what I mean? So I believe in building relationships with artists, managers, just people I could chop it up, call you, hey, I'm coming into the city. What y'all got going on? I'm gonna stop by. Yeah. And I don't even bring my camera to those events. It's just I'm just coming through to chill and they're still showing love. Yeah. So I'm not just a photographer. Right. You know, so as many of y'all might see, I shoot a lot of storms, so I chase storms. So I'm actually wanting to buy a truck and go chase some tornadoes out there. Okay. I still want to do what I do now, you know, the concerts. I still want to do the celebrity parties. I still want to, I'm not in this for the money. I do it for the love. I do it for the documentation of hip hop history. Hip hop is not dead, y'all. It's just in a different page right now. Right. You know, so I'm hopefully working on a clothing line within the next 6 months, which is gonna have, you know, feature some of my photos, plus some other stuff that I can't disclose yet. Yeah. But so working on that, and you know, just continuing to bless people with photos, man. Yeah. Like I said, I just put it out there, let everybody see it, you know. It's humbling. You know, you come from New York, where all you have is your family and your closest friends. And then as you get older, everybody moves out. And then you go to a different city. And Phoenix has received me since the moment I got here, you know? So it's definitely humbling to I mean, this was 2006 when I got here. We're in 2022. I'm still revving. You know what I mean? Right. People still know who I am. I'm gonna tell everybody out there, man, just don't quit doing what you wanna do. Don't let nobody ever tell you can't do it. A lot of people told me, yo, this photography stuff ain't gonna work. Do something else. I've never quit, I'm still here. Just keep going. I got this. All right, y'all, that was my 5. And we done here. But at the end of the day, Salute. Phoenix, I love y'all.
And there you have it. Man, shout out to my brother BEZ. That's a real good dude right there. And it's just beautiful to see him getting the recognition for all of his hard work for all these years. He is by far one of the nicest when it comes to that camera. His eye, untouchable, man. And it was really an honor to have you on the show, my brother. I wish you nothing but continued success and nothing less. Make sure you guys are following him on social media. And put down the donut, put down the grilled cheese sandwich. I need you guys to hit that subscribe button. Then I need you to go ahead and take that hand and hit that bell notification so that you get notified on all the upcoming episodes we got coming, all right? All right, y'all. Well, this was definitely one for the books. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Until next time, stay tuned, stay blessed, stay healthy, and just give me 5, y'all.
Everything